Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Heart Full of Hallmark. We are so excited to have Cassandra with us today on the podcast. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're so excited to talk with you about all your films, also have a little bit of fun. So I'm going to let you choose. Did you want to do the This or That Christmas or the rom-coms first?
Like I get to do both at some point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll do both.
Okay. Let's do Christmas. In July. We'll do Christmas in July.
Perfect.
All right. So how this is going to work is each of us are going to take a turn asking you which one, and then some of these will be a bit tough because we just paired these a little too well. And you'll just tell us which one you would rather watch.
Okay.
And I'll let Kirsten go first.
Okay, so our first one is Home Alone or Elf?
Ooh, starting it off tough. I'm gonna have to. Oh, that's so hard. Home Alone. Just because I think I've seen it, which is a lot, but I think I've seen it a couple more times.
Yeah, those are two that I watch all the time throughout Christmas.
They're so good. And it's been like every year since I can remember. I've seen both.
Christmas Vacation or How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Okay, a little easier. Grinch. Yeah, Grinch all the way. Such a classic. Mm-hmm. And I remember being a kid and I was watching Cindy Lou and I was, I remember asking my mom, I was like, how'd that little girl get on the TV? And I was like, I want to do that. So it also, I guess, has some inspiration there.
Oh, I love that. Scrooged or A Christmas Story?
I'm going to go with A Christmas Story because it used to, we'd go to my grandma's for Christmas every year before she passed. And Christmas Story was always playing in the TV on the background. So I'm going to go with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, Christmas Eve, my family never turns that off until the morning. It's on A Christmas Story all night long on TBS.
I used to think it was like the longest movie ever.
I know.
But I guess it just like kept repeating.
Yeah, they have it on for like 24 hours straight on the channel every year.
Yeah, I like to sit down and just watch it fully. And then when I did, I was like, oh, this movie is not like 48 hours long. So.
Christmas with the Cranks or the Santa Claus?
Christmas with the Cranks. That is my all-time favorite Christmas movie ever. I love it. I don't know why I love it so much. It's just, I mean, I know why. It's like obviously Jamie Lee Curtis, Tim Allen, but favorite, hands down.
Free Frosty.
Yeah.
The Holiday or Love Actually?
The Holiday. The Holiday all the way.
Yeah.
I love The Holiday so much. It's the best. I love it so much. Okay, second favorite Christmas movie, I guess. Christmas with the Cranks.
Mine too. I love that one. I was like, I would love to go to England and just like live out like a day in the cottage.
I actually looked it up once after watching the movie, and I was like, "Is this a real thing?" I'd be down.
Yeah.
No, it's the best.
Now we're down to our last one.
Okay.
It's a Wonderful Life or White Christmas?
Oh, White Christmas. I love Vera Ellen. She's such an amazing dancer. And I grew up dancing and I would watch her dance videos and I was like, she's so amazing. Okay, got a little bit easier.
We love to start off with that hard one because nobody can pick between Home Alone and Elf.
No,
ever.
That's a tough one. That's got me for a sec.
And everybody's chosen The Holiday.
Yeah,
it never fails.
So funny. Everyone has picked that.
Oh, interesting. Just too good.
So next we're going to move into the movie talk with you.
Great.
Then we'll move into the fun get to know you questions. And then we'll end off with the rom-coms.
Okay. Sounds good.
Did you want to start off spooky, or did you want to continue with Christmas for a little bit before we go into?
Let's stay on the Christmas wagon while we're on it.
All right. Let's move into Once Upon a Christmas Miracle.
Aw. That one was a while ago now.
Yeah, it has been. I love that movie. It's such a sweet and heartfelt movie.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
so
you
sweet.
much. It was a really special one. Really, really special. Because it was based off a true story.
Nice.
And we had the real couple on set for a few days. And they're actually in the movie if you look really hard. Yeah, in the ballroom scene, they're in the back and we just flipped to them for a sec.
That's incredible. I was wondering if they got to actually see any of it happen, any of the movie.
Yeah, they did, and it was so lovely to talk to. And I played the sister, so I asked about her, and then I got some input on her. So, yeah, that was a special one.
Mm-hmm. So how this is going to work so that her and I don't talk over each other is we're just going to start off with questions about the movie just like this, and her name is going to be there so that I just shut up.
Well, since we did answer the first part of it, were there any scenes that you felt very emotional or personally connected to when filming?
Oh, I feel like there were so many. But there was one scene in particular. It was the family, and we're all sitting on the couches around the fireplace, and I remember it's that moment when I tell Heather and I say, this is serious. I love you. You're my sister. And yeah, I remember that being a really special, emotional scene. But yeah, the whole movie felt like majority of scenes, especially when you're dealing with a loved one who's ill. Yeah, every scene felt emotional.
Yeah, even as the viewer,
in a hopeful way.
Yeah, it was. I feel like it played out so well, and as the viewer watching it, I was oh my gosh, I hope she finds a match, and then it ended so well.
Yeah, no, that's so nice.
And what was it like working with the rest of the cast, particularly with Amy and Brett?
It was so lovely. Because that was one of my, at the time, one of the biggest roles I had done.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so nervous, but they made everyone feel so welcome, and they were just so genuine and easygoing. And I remember the whole experience just being really, really wonderful. Yeah, no, it was a good group, that one.
That's amazing. I feel with all of the people we talk to, everyone just says how magical the Hallmark sets are, and being with all the people.
Absolutely. And being on a couple now, and every experience has been that way. It's just been, yeah, it feels like you're joining a family. So
yeah,
it's nice.
This is a lot darker than a lot of these films. With most of the Hallmark films, they're very light, easy story. This one, organ donation. What did you and the cast do to lighten the mood on set before emotional moments on screen?
Whenever you're dealing with a true story, I think, it's important to honor that. I think it also heightens everything because you want to do it justice. So overall, I think there was kind of an intensity in the background, if I can remember, during filming, because, we wanted to, show the story for exactly what it was. But I remember Amy had her dog. And it would be in the trailer. She would be in the trailer. So that was always nice when there's a puppy around. It always a little bit lighter, but yeah, and just having good spirited people around. But yeah, I think it was important that we still held the gravity of the situation.
Unfortunately, we're at the last question for this one.
This film touches on the powerful topic of organ donation. So what was it like to be a part of such a meaningful story and message?
it was huge. And I don't think I realized quite so much during filming what the impact would be. But then I remember after it came out, I got some Instagram messages from people that watched it while they were in the hospital, and they spoke about, oh, I'm gonna go, but they spoke about how it touched their lives, and they were able to relate to it. And then I really was like, this is truly the gem of acting, is when you're able to do something that can bring light to someone in a difficult situation. So yeah, I think it was super important, and I'm so happy I was a part of that.
Let's move on to a little bit more Hallmark, but you're in the camp where you've done some different Hallmark movies.
I know. I'm like covering a few holidays.
Yes.
So we are in Christmas in July, but that doesn't mean other things are on Hallmark Plus.
Yes.
So let's move into a little bit of Halloween with Haunted Wedding. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh boy, we filmed this, I think, exactly a year ago. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. So sorry, Christmas, but Halloween takes the cake. So to be able to be in a Hallmark movie that was also conjoined with Halloween was so cool to me. And I also, got to play a character from the 18th century, which was amazing because I love doing any kind of like period pieces. So it was so cool. Amazing. I was like, I want to go back.
Yeah.
Do it again.
So what was it like building a friendship with Janel Parrish's character?
Oh, Janel, I love her so much. She's so sweet and genuine, and just, an overall incredible human being. And I feel like I learned a lot also just, watching how she conducts herself on set, and she makes everyone feel so welcome. So it was easy to build a friendship with her. We did some Pilates classes. We went to brunch. So yeah, she's an incredibly easy person to become friends with. But yeah, she was so lovely.
She's been around on TV and film for a very, very long time. So one question is, had you seen any of her work beforehand, and were there any nerves before working with Janel?
So I've never seen Pretty Little Liars. I know. I feel like I don't know where I was. I don't know what I was doing, but I just never saw it, which, part of it is, when you go into work with someone that you have seen their work, I feel like that does maybe make you a little bit more nervous. So I kind of walked into it and I didn't really know what to expect from her, but yeah, no, she's wonderful, but no, I never seen it.
I watched that this year. It was so good. Her character is amazing in it.
Okay, maybe I'll have to watch it. Because I'm daunted because there's so many seasons, but no, okay.
It's worth the watch. And there's actually quite a few Hallmark people that are in it too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was in the camp where I watched it every week. It came out live on ABC.
No way.
I was religious. I got all my homework done and I told everybody, hey, it's 8:00. I'm watching this show. Leave me alone.
That's awesome.
And in school, at my particular school, it was very weird. Everybody watched it. So it was like a water cooler moment before you were in class. You just got to talk about that episode on Tuesdays. We don't know what happened, but for 7 seasons, we did that every Tuesday it was on.
Wow. So you might have been a little bit starstruck.
If I met her, I'd be like, okay. This is like meeting someone I've spent literal hundreds of hours with over 10 years. Wow. And in the spinoffs, everything else, she's just been in multiple things we grew up with. I mean, Kirsten and I grew up with her. What was that 2000s film she was in?
Wasn't she in Bratz?
Bratz.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I also didn't see that. I don't know where I was.
Well, we know that she does forgive you.
Yeah. She's watching this. They're on the list.
And what was it like working with Dominick, since he played two different characters in the film?
He's so talented. Like, watching him play both and switching between the accents so effortlessly, I thought was so incredible. And he's the best. He's such a nice, like, good-hearted guy. And yeah, they were both just so incredibly welcoming. And I was nervous because most of the time you have a lead couple, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of like third wheel in this couple. But no, they were so inclusive and lovely, and they both made and so much fun. I would just sometimes be like lurking in the corner because my ghost was like, off to the ghost was off to the side, and I'd watch them just like have the most fun, and I'm like, they're the best.
And what went into perfecting like Angelique's voice to go along with the era she was from?
Ooh, I didn't do too much work on her voice because I trusted that just the way the writing was, and the second you're in a period costume, it happens. So to be honest, I didn't focus too much on her voice, but it came out of the character I created, I would like to say. And when you're wearing, 10 layers of it just happens.
That leads right on to my question. How heavy was this dress, and how many fittings went into that dress?
It was incredible. I didn't have that many fittings. I think I had maybe, for the main dress, maybe like 2. And for layers, I think there was probably like at least like 6. But what we would do when I would get out of it to like go to lunch, I had like a very, very the lowest layer was just a casual kind of long skirt. So they would unbutton like all the layers, and then they would just all fall to the ground, and I would step out of it. And then when I'd get back in, I'd step back in, and they'd like bring it up. But it definitely got hot, especially because we filmed in July in an older home. So it was, or museum, which it is. So there wasn't tons of air conditioning. So it got warm, but I was like, this is what it was like for them. So
yeah.
We're true to the character.
So many stories from people about like them filming their Christmas movies in the summer and how they're like putting ice like in their jackets to try to stay cool. And I can't believe like how hot it is sometimes when they film.
I know, especially with like and then you have like the fake snow, and there's like they're like blotting you because you're just sweating, and it's an interesting experience. But but I've been lucky. I think I filmed in fall before, and I filmed in Winnipeg too, where Haunted Wedding was also filmed, and normally by fall it tends to be pretty cold, so that was a good month to film a Christmas movie. Right in between.
And I love the wardrobe that you had. Did you get to keep any of the dresses from the film?
I didn't. Okay. No, I didn't. You know what? I don't think I didn't really think about keeping the dress. They gave me my portrait that was above the mantle. So I guess I got that, and I didn't think to be like, can I get the dress too? But I gave it to my parents, and my parents now have a giant. Well, I'm sure people wonder when they walk into my parents' house and they see it on the wall. Interesting. It's my great.
And you had an incredible voice. Did you enjoy singing in the movie, or were you more nervous? Because I know like Janel also sings, and Dominick sang, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, there was lots of singing. Yeah. That's so sweet. Thank you. I normally I am very nervous to sing in front of people. I grew up singing, but there's something about singing versus like dance and acting that always made me a little bit nervous. But in this case, I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't feel nervous. I felt like it was so, part of the character, and my reason for why I was singing was pretty clear in my mind. So I didn't even think about the nerves. And also I got to sing. I think I was like lying on the bed and I was kind of in my own world. So it didn't feel like there was an audience. But normally singing does make me nervous.
Well, you did so great with it. So
thank you.
Phenomenal voice.
So Aw, thank you. And yeah, we sang at the end too, and that was nice because it was a duet, so I wasn't as nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And since you played a spirit in this film, did you ever try to like scare anyone on set, or did anybody try to like prank you?
I feel like there were some times, just because the set we were in was pretty spooky. I don't remember. I was so big, like in my dress. I feel like I couldn't have and I was very like slow moving. So I feel like I would have had a hard time scaring anyone. But the opening scene where they're going through a haunted house, we filmed that in the same house that we did majority of the filming, and that room was so spooky. And I'm pretty sure at some point like Dom was like hiding in there.
Oh, no.
And like people were like, so overall, the set was a pretty spooky set. So I was like, I don't want to add to this.
I get it.
But I should have. Next time.
Next time. Speaking of this set seemed like a lot of fun and easygoing. And with the script, sometimes you are allowed to add your improv. Were there any lines that you improv'd or that anybody else did that come to memory?
So we had a wonderful group of comedians in this project. Majority of the cast were hilarious. And I know they come from a comedic background as well. So there was this scene where Earl comes in with his briefcase, and everyone's sitting around the table and they're trying to contact me. And I got to kind of be, again, I'm always like lurking. So I got to be off in the corner and I was just watching them. And there was so much brilliant improv in that scene. And I was just trying to keep it together. They are so funny, the entire cast. So yeah, I feel like I was more so witnessing the improv, but it was incredible to watch. So, and I think a lot of it, got put into the movie. So, and our director was very open with that. Jeff, he's amazing. He's just such a good time, and he wants everyone to be having fun. So yeah, it was awesome. It felt very like collaborative.
Speaking of Jeff, he's a good buddy here. So, what is his directing style like from anybody else that you've worked with?
Jeff, I mean, he has this sense of fun to him, and he just wants everyone to be having a good time. And so I felt like just coming onto the set and having that energy, it made everyone feel very comfortable. At least it made me feel very comfortable. And that doesn't always happen, especially when there's a time crunch. So it was really nice to work in that environment, and he, valued, input from everyone, and it felt very collaborative. But he's incredibly efficient as well. I will say that about him. I haven't been on a set like that, and it blew me away. He knows exactly what he wants, and it was so efficient. So he's brilliant in that way.
And were there any fun or unexpected moments on set while filming that stand out to you?
I mean, I feel like there were so many. And this actually didn't make it into the film. But there was one point when they're doing like the cake testing.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I know I knock over the cake at one point, but we had a take where the cake actually was on some kind of thing that like flung it to the wall. And I had to be like against the wall, and then Jeff was like, just try not to flinch. I was like, okay, Jeff. And the cake like came and was like, probably like here. And I was like, don't flinch. So yeah, I don't think I was like expecting to be on, you know, a Hallmark set where cake would be flung at the wall. So, so that was cool. That was fun. But yeah, we had tons of fun with like the special effects as well. There's the scene where I realized that they can see me. And I don't know if you remember, we would like put our hand kind of like through each other.
Yeah.
We could not keep it together because we had to do one take where someone would go like that and you'd stay there, and then another take where as soon as you put your hand up, the person would have to jump to the ground, and we just couldn't keep it together. It was so funny to us, but it turned out great. But yeah, we had a good time.
Our final question for this one.
Would you reprise the role if Haunted Wedding got a sequel? Maybe Haunted Honeymoon or something like that?
Oh, 10,000%. I would love to. I mean, I think my character has like crossed
crossover.
But if there's any way she wants to come back, I would love that so much. And I hope they do that.
It was one of my favorite Halloween ones of the year. It was
really?
There were so many moments, and like everybody was just hilarious in that movie.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it because we had a lot of fun making it.
We never got a lot of those. We got Fall Harvest, and now we had October Kiss, which was very rare, and now we have this one where this is a legit haunted movie. Yeah. Which Hallmark was scared to touch for years.
Yeah, and I know it felt very different. Like even when I first read the script, I'm like, you know, first of all, the couple is they're already together, they're already engaged. So that's something different. And then you also kind of get two plots in one where it's, you know, the ghosts and also the alive.
Yeah.
couple. So yeah, it felt very different and very, very fun.
Yeah, it was a very unique spin on like a Halloween movie.
Yeah, no, and it's, you know, I was so excited because anything with Halloween, I love. So it was great.
Let's get a little bit spookier.
Yeah, I was like,
we're going from Hallmark heaven all the way down to Halloween hell.
Yes.
Clown in a Cornfield, your newest film.
Which is not Hallmark.
No.
This is as far from Hallmark as you can possibly get.
Yeah.
Maybe Hallmark
a little bit. Yeah.
All right, so this one we have some viewer questions.
Oh, cool.
We're going to start off with my good buddy Kyle. He was upset he couldn't be here, but he's actually at a screening of the new it's another horror film. I can't remember it right now.
Is it like the new
Alison Brie?
Oh.
That with her husband.
I'm also
Together.
The name of that.
There it is.
I did see the poster yesterday at the movie theater, and I was like, yes, okay, on the list. Where their eyes are like almost touching, and I was like, what? That's the poster.
Don't make me do this. No.
Yeah, I was like,
that will never be a Hallmark poster.
I don't think so.
So Kyle wants to ask, is horror a direction you would like to continue down, or would you like to explore multiple genres?
I mean, I would love to keep exploring different genres. I think there's, you know, so much challenge in that and fun. And I also love comedies, so I would love to put on the comedic route as well. But with that said, I would die. I would die to keep doing horror. I think there's something so like freeing about living in a world that's so heightened, and you know, so rarely, luckily, we get to go to those places in real life. So yeah, horror is just awesome. It's just so fun. Like the blood, it's so fun. But I will say horror it's physically demanding.
Especially this one.
Yeah, like we're keeping in shape. I was like, we're
Right.
I'm like spinning. I'm like, we're ready to do the next horror film. But yeah, no, I would love to continue with horror.
What kind of films would you like to make in the future besides a Hallmark or a horror movie?
Ooh, I would love to. I feel like it's been maybe a while. I mean, Clown in a Cornfield was a comedic horror, but I would love to go further with comedy. And yeah, do a film that's just, one of those films that is very like free and just one of those feel good films that you watch just, to be in a good mood. I would love to dabble more in comedy.
So there's some stuff here that a lot of people are not going to like. So I kept it very light. This film is a R-rated film.
Uh-oh.
Normally I put some pictures up here. I couldn't find very many pictures that wouldn't get pulled. And our audience doesn't like it even when somebody swears. So I don't think blood, gore, friendo would be a good mix on the channel.
That's fair. That's fair. It is, yeah. Heart Full of Hallmark, not Heart Full of Horror.
That's the spinoff. No.
That's your next.
How did you react to getting the role of Janet?
I lost my mind. I was at a Tate McRae concert when I got the email that I got the role, and I turned to my friend and I was like, oh my God, I got the role. And she started screaming. And I just stood there in complete shock. I don't remember even being at the concert, like the rest of the concert. I was in complete shock. When I saw the project come out and I saw the breakdown, I was like, this is something I really, really want. And I even emailed my agent. I was like, I'm in there, right? And she was like, yeah, you're submitted. And then I sent in the tape, and I think it was like a month later, I didn't hear anything. And I remember thinking like, oh, I didn't get that. Oh, that sucks. And then a month later, out of the blue, it was like, you got it. I was like, oh. So yeah, I was in shock in the best way.
What was your first reaction to seeing the clown on set? I'm sure that was a very interesting thing for everybody to see. For that clown, I'm not a clown person, but that guy was creepier than hell.
Yeah. Seeing a friend, it's so tough because I knew who was inside the costume, and like all our stunt men and women are amazing, and they're so kind. So I already knew who was in there, so I wasn't like as scared as I would have been if I just saw him. But I definitely was like, oh, that's good. That's a creepy clown. It's like, that's a good friendo. So
going back to pranks, were there any pranks on this set? With a horror set, I'm sure there's a lot of interesting stories that you could tell with like a bloody corpse just laying there and someone not knowing what's there, or maybe a family member. Were there any pranks, and are there any interesting stories you could tell that kind of just scared or surprised everybody?
So we filmed, it was pretty much all night shoots, and I think we were all just like delirious for most of the time, and like keeping each other awake and like present, which was very easy with this group. These people were, everyone in the cast, so amazing, so fun. We got along so well. We had so much fun. I can't even remember something like specific that happened, but we just made everything so fun. Like we would play, games in between, and yeah, I don't even know. We just I remember I was singing everyone Disney songs, and everyone was like asleep, and I was singing Disney songs. I wish I had clear answers for you, but like I think we were just like but yeah, we had a lot of fun. And I do remember one moment as we were practicing like the head toss with the blood.
Yeah.
And 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 I remember Eli, our director, he like tossed the head to Verity and she like did not catch it at all.
Oh,
And it just like hits her and then like goes rolling. It was wild. It was such a wild ride. I wish I could say more. It was just, I can't even think of like specific things. It's so many things, but we had so much fun.
I just spoke to him, and Eli is the nicest guy ever.
I'm so glad you spoke to him.
He's a sweetheart. I love him.
He's the best. He's the best.
And he offered to come on here, and I'm like, how would you do it? He said, I'd probably bring the Friendo mask. I said, my viewers would cry.
You're like, uh-oh. gotta get that Heart Full of Horror ASAP.
Yeah. Our old audience would be scared. They would be terrified of Friendo.
Oh no, that would have been amazing though.
There's always the next time, because we know you want to do more horror. So I might have you on my channel for that one, so we can actually show stuff and get a bit more bloody and in detail with that. But there's always the next time.
Always the next time. I'm here for it.
Speaking of Eli, what is his style like? He's made a bunch of wacky horror films, especially one of my favorite, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. One of the most original, bonkers horror comedies I've ever seen. What is he like on set? And had you seen any of his other work before this?
Yeah, I saw Tucker and Dale, and then also Little Evil.
Yep.
And you know, the thing with Eli, he has such a unique, specific sense of humor, and like you just know it's Eli. Like,
Yep.
like I feel like Clown in a Cornfield, like it had his footprint all over it. And it's amazing how he does that, because when we were filming, like it's not like it gets very specific and technical. He's very collaborative and very open, and he's just such a chilled guy as well. Like every day on set, like it'd be, we'd be running again through the cornfield, and he just kept everything so lighthearted and fun. But he's such a cool guy. When I saw his name too on the breakdown, when I got the audition, I was like, I need to get this. But no, he's an incredible human being. He's the best.
And how is this set different from a Hallmark set? And then we can get into the second part of it.
There's a little more blood.
Yeah.
A little bit. I think it was mostly different, and that depends. Every set is different, but in this specific film, we did do night shoots, that was new to me. I'd never done full back-to-back days of night shoots, and then sleeping all day, going to work at 5 p.m. and then by the time I got home it would be 9 a.m. Mm-hmm. So just that, but I'm kind of a night owl, so I didn't mind that schedule. I'd rather almost that than having to wake up at 3 a.m. So yeah, and every set is going to be different. I would say this set it felt like more of a wild ride, just because of the nature of the project, and just always having to keep yourself in that heightened state. I started getting chest pains because of the shallow breathing. Mm-hmm. So versus Hallmark, where you are more locked in, finding that genuine heartfelt connection with your fellow actor versus a friend. So very different genres to work in. I love working in both. Both have their magic. But yeah, horror is just, you get on that train and it goes.
Yeah.
And again, more physically demanding.
Yes. Maybe you need to be a Hallmark mystery movie then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Let's do a Hallmark horror romantic comedy. That'd be a nice one. You and your love interest are being chased by a serial killer.
Oh God, yeah. Hey, we're mixing all the genres together at this point. Why not? Why not? Oh,
Why not?
Oh yeah, and Katie Douglas.
Oh yeah.
I love her so much. She is so incredibly strong and fearless. Like I remember at one point I looked at her and she did a kick and then like landed on her back and she just got right up and I was like, that's why she's our final girl. Yeah, no, her as well. I learned so much from watching. Yeah, and she really she puts her spin on things and she yeah, is able to add her input, which is, you know, awesome. And also having the freedom from a director that allows you to, and that's again something that's so great with Eli is he wants to hear all our voices and he kind of taught me a bit to trust my own voice, which was special. But Katie is, and she's so kind. Everyone on this cast was just the loveliest. It was amazing. Like we all just clicked right away, which I think, you know, when you're playing a group of friends, and also I had to be mean to her, which was so hard. I was like, we had our fight scene and I was like, I love you, Katie. I don't want to push you.
So we spoke about this a little bit. You love Halloween. So is this your wheelhouse or is this out of your comfort zone as an actress and a viewer?
I am a huge horror fan. Huge. I always wanted to do one. So it was a dream come true. I'm strange according to my friends because I like yesterday I went to go see 28 Years Later by myself. Like I love horror. I just love like the thrill of it. But my friends who find me strange, they watch true crime and I was like, that's scarier to me.
Yeah. I think that too.
It's true. I was like, these people are on, like, they're lurking around. I was like, that's scarier to me. But no, I'm a huge horror fan. I wasn't able to watch them growing up because my family doesn't love horror films. So I think because I was deprived when I started watching them, they were kind of like the forbidden fruit in a way. And I was hooked, but no, I like relax to watching a horror film. We'll unpack that one day. I don't.
What are some of your favorite ones?
I'm supposed to choose.
Well, I mean, you could say like 10 to 20 of them. I'm a horror hound too.
Just list
so
them
I love horror.
There's so many like subgenres within horror. So that I can like pick one from each thing. If we're going for like, you know, I love a paranormal. I think that's my favorite. Also, I was excited to play a ghost. But like The Others is a classic. Also, I feel like The Conjuring gets slept on a bit.
Yeah.
But I really love The Conjuring. And then in slasher, probably like the OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
That one's just crazy. It's amazing. It's like an acting masterclass too in horror. I was like, just stellar performances. I really do like Mike Flanagan's work.
Yeah.
He's just I find his are more like psychological thrillers. Like I don't know if you've seen Oculus.
Oh, that was so innovative. That mirror. Oh.
So I tell so many people about this movie and no one's seen it. And I watched it. It was probably maybe one of the first horror films I saw that really chilled me. So I think that's too why I'm like particular to it. But yeah, telling people about a haunted mirror movie but it's so scary. It like chilled me to the bone.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
His other film, Hush, that was so innovative.
And Gerald's Game.
Oh, Gerald's Game, that one scene where it's just that skinny guy in the doorway. I'm like, if he moves, I'm shutting this thing off. But then I kept watching it, and I'm like, I love Carla. she's been in my life for a long time, and seeing her in a horror movie like this, where she's chained, no, she's handcuffed to the side of the bed,
Yeah.
next to her dead lover, and now there's this thing right there, and there's nothing she can do about it. A dog's trying to get her, everything else. Jesus, that was. I love him though.
It's so like unique and different. He also has Life of Chuck that just came out. I saw it at TIFF last year, and it won the Audience Choice Awards. And that one's not so much horror, but like they're just such interesting films. Sorry, Kirsten, are you a horror fan, or are we just?
This is more. He's really into horror films, but I don't know if this counts as horror. But I did enjoy Freaky with Vince Vaughn.
Oh yeah,
I like that one. So like more of like the lighter like horror stuff, like
not
realistic.
So slasher is like a little tough.
Yeah.
Slashers are very gory and bloody.
Yeah.
Happy Death Day. I thought that one was good.
Which one?
Happy Death Day.
Oh
that
yeah.
was more of like a comedy type.
Yeah, and also when it's comedic as well. Like my family and my friends that don't like horror films, I sold them like, I mean, they were gonna come anyway, but I was like, it's a horror comedy, and they're like, okay, that makes it better.
And it's genuinely funny too. It's not like a comedy; it's a comedy.
Yeah. At least, that seems to be the reaction, which, we're hoping for. And it was incredible watching it for the first time in a theater and hearing people laugh out loud. I was like, oh, yes.
Well, let's move into our other stuff.
Sure.
You and I could just go on and on about all horror movies all day long.
Yeah,
but
we need the spin-off channel.
Yeah. Let's move into some genuine questions, and then we'll go into just fun questions. Cool. From Kyle, he asked me, have you ever written any scripts? If so, could you tell us anything that you've written about?
I have not. I've never written a script. I find writing very difficult. Pre-pandemic, I dabbled in stand-up, and I wrote. So I wrote my own, I guess, jokes in that sense. And I found it so challenging, but so rewarding. But no, I've never written a script. No. And I don't know, I've never had an urge to, if I'm being honest. Like I love to, I guess, take material and then, put my spin or make it come to life. But, if maybe one day something crosses my path that sparks that, then we'll see.
Seeing that you went to the George Brown Theater School, have you done any work on stage?
Okay, he's done his research. I have. I started as a dancer, and then I went into musical theater, and then I went into theater, and then film and TV. And I would love to get back on the stage. It has been a while. The last project I did the last theater project was Royal Manitoba Theater Center, and I did A Christmas Carol, and I played Fanny. And that was the last time. But yeah, I also toured to, this was so, feels like another life now, but I toured to Dubai and Singapore with a children's musical of Alice in Wonderland. It was like our version of it. And I was a dancer in that, and a singer as well. And then I did Footloose at Rainbow Stage, which is in Winnipeg. But yeah, right after theater school, I hopped pretty quickly into film and TV. To be honest, I found it just in terms of the work a little bit more welcoming. So that's kind of what happened, but I would love to get back on stage.
Are there any roles in a play or a musical that you would like to do?
I would love to do Blanche in Streetcar.
Yeah.
One day. I dabbled in her in theater school, and then a little bit in an on-camera class, and I think it would be a wild ride to be able to do the full play. And I'm a huge fan of Tennessee Williams, so anything Tennessee Williams. But I know, Blanche is known to be one of those roles that can take a toll. So there's something about that makes me really drawn to her.
One person I immediately thought of from my favorite one is Mrs. Lovett from Sweeney Todd. I think you'd make a great... She's just nuts, and I think you'd play that very well on stage.
Oh, thank you. I know I'll have to get more confident in singing in front of people.
Her vocal range, I mean, if you've heard her have to sing, I don't know how that vocal range goes from all the way down here, all the way down here, all the way up here, all those A's to an F. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know if I could, if I'd be the best choice for that just vocally, but no, absolutely. There's so many incredible roles that, they're iconic. Just wish we could play them all.
So let's move into the Would You Rather, and then we'll just go into some general stuff.
Cool.
So Kirsten's going to go first.
Okay. Would you rather go on a vacation to the beach or to the mountains?
Ooh, that's tough. Because I'm not, I'm kind of like neither, because I'm not typically someone who just loves to lie on the beach. I get a little bored, and then I haven't climbed too many mountains in my time. So let's say the mountains, because I've never climbed, a great mountain.
You sightsee at the mountain.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's a big mountain. But we'll say that it'll be a new experience.
Would you rather do your own stunts or have a stunt double do them? So I guess this is based on the film and what stunt it is.
It totally depends what stunt. If it was maybe, something where I could, incorporate, my dance background or my stage combat background, then I would love to, experience tackling that and, doing like fight choreography. I think would be so fun and challenging. But anything beyond that, I think we'll let the professionals.
Yeah. No, like Tom Cruise type stunts.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just maybe we'll let them take them. We'll see. Never say never.
Yeah. Would you rather be in a Star Wars movie or a Marvel movie?
That's tough. Maybe let's do Star Wars, just because that'd be cool to be on a different planet and explore that world. Yeah, that's a tough one. Let's say Star Wars, but being a superhero would be pretty cool too. So
this one is more for all our Canadians, because one show airs 6 to 9 months before it airs here in the States. So would you rather become a regular on Heartland or When Calls the Heart?
I can't choose.
That's the Canadian answer.
One has horses and the other one is a period piece.
I know, it has both great things to it.
They both are great. I cannot choose. Because it's
we're not gonna make you choose.
It's When Hope Calls Now, right?
So they have it's a spin-off show, but it's not on Hallmark. It's on Great American Family. So it has a lot of Hallmark actors in it, but it's another side show with it.
Yes. Okay, so we'll say Heartland just because it's still going.
Yeah.
And there's horses.
Yeah. Oh, the backgrounds in that show too are so gorgeous in Alberta, Canada.
I know. No. Oh, but yeah, and I've never been. No, I'm sure I've been to Alberta when I was quite young, but it's been a while, so it'd be nice to go back.
That's shocking. They're going on season 19 now. I don't think anybody on that team thought 19 seasons.
Isn't that amazing?
It's
just incredible. That's wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild.
Would you rather sing in a movie or be serenaded?
Serenaded, like someone just singing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's be serenaded by someone singing to me. Totally.
Yeah.
Like, we'll get Janel back, and
Oh yeah, that would be perfect.
she's an amazing singer. I would love to just like enjoy the show.
Quite a few like country stars too that have been in Hallmark movies that have like serenaded other people in them.
Sounds great, because again, I get a little nervous to sing, so if I just have to sit back and enjoy, that's great.
Now just to some general questions. What's the first thing you go for at the craft table?
Probably honest answer is the coffee. I always need to be having a coffee. I probably drink too much coffee. So that first. I'm such a snacker and I have such a sweet tooth. So the craft table is a very dangerous place for me to be. The last that I was on, they had these made good little red velvet cookies. And those are so good. Mm-hmm. Anything that's like a mini cookie, like mini Oreos, mini Chips Ahoy, dangerous. They taste better when they're mini.
I think they do too.
Why is that? I don't
Much
know.
more flavor?
Yeah, maybe it's like packed in. I don't know.
You see them, you're like, oh, I could eat a ton of these because they're so tiny.
Maybe that's it. You're like, I could have 3 bags, but it's a dangerous place for me to be. Like I gotta leave some for everyone.
Let's be nice today. The last day on set, I'm stealing them all.
Yeah, just into the bag.
What's your funniest fan interaction?
I don't think this counts because I wasn't who they thought I was. One time I was sitting on a patio that was right beside the street, and I remember like I saw this girl, she was like running, like pushing through people, and she runs up to me and she was like, oh my God, I thought you were Kristen Bell. So I was like, I don't, that was very interesting. Yeah. But yeah, she was disappointed when she got closer, but it was just strange. I was like, I'm flattered.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then in terms of like, I don't think I've had anything that's like, too strange. Most, people are very kind, and when I do dabble into the like DMs that are hidden, most of them are really nice messages being like, loved watching you clown, and that's always nice. So yeah.
We've had a lot of interesting stories from actors, which
I'm sure.
Cindy Busby was pushed out of her own picture at a con so that the fan could take a picture with her dog.
Okay.
So she paid $70 for a picture with the dog.
Oh my. I feel like at the cons, the conventions, like there would be very interesting interactions. That's funny.
And who was your first celebrity crush?
Definitely. Okay. Mike Vogel in Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Mm-hmm. Definitely one of the first childhood crushes. And then I got to work with him a couple of years ago. And that was a big full circle moment. I was like, this is so cool. So, and the scene was a little bit intimate. So I was like, oh, if my younger self could see me, she would be losing her mind.
Be professional.
Yeah, I was very professional.
Who are some of the Hallmark stars you'd like to do a movie with?
Oh, there's so many. I feel like, I mean, I don't feel like I've worked with, tons. I've done, a few projects with Hallmark, and everyone I have worked with on those projects, I would love to work with again. Yeah, I don't know. How do you choose? Like, I would love to work with like Janel again and Dom. I will say my very, very first Hallmark movie, it was also my first acting credit ever.
Mm-hmm.
I had like one line in, what was it called again? I should remember. But I had one line in the movie, and Nikki DeLoach was the lead.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember her being so kind, and she like complimented my outfit, and I just thought she was so sweet. I was so nervous. I was coming in to say my one line. I was like, assistant, and I was like, that's awesome that she is so kind to everyone. So she's someone too. That'd be cool to work with her. Another full circle moment.
Yeah.
Let's put her in a rom-com with Evan. Evan Roderick. That'd be a nice one.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Can you tease any future films that you have coming out, or anything that you're getting ready to shoot?
I just did my first Lifetime movie. So
Wow.
that was cool. And obviously very different from Hallmark. But yeah, it was cool to again dabble in a new genre, and this was a story that's based off a true story. So that as well, I think, always is special when you're sharing someone's personal tale. So yeah, I think that's probably coming out this year. Yeah, so that was cool.
And we'll wrap this up by just going into some chick flicks. This or that chick flick edition.
Okay. Let's go.
10 Things I Hate About You or Clueless?
Clueless. Yeah. I mean,
Who wouldn't want to play Cher? Or
I know. And like, I just remember watching her when I was little, and I was like, like, so glamorous. I was just like, I was like, can I be her when I grow up? But yeah, definitely Clueless.
When Harry Met Sally or You've Got Mail?
I haven't seen either of those in a very long time. Let's go with You Got Mail.
There's really no wrong
Hanks,
answer.
yeah, he's so charming.
Yeah.
I used to rewatch that movie. It's been a while.
Say Anything or How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I still, I quote the love fern. I feel like I always make jokes about that. Yeah, such a fun movie.
It is such a good movie, Matthew McConaughey.
So good. I need to rewatch that movie too.
Pretty Woman or My Best Friend's Wedding?
Pretty Woman.
One of my favorites. It's just so good.
So good. And I love anything with like a makeover too. I think is so fun.
There's so many iconic lines.
Yeah.
I know. Big mistake.
Yes.
I feel like I say that a lot in my everyday life too.
I do too. Like I'll just be like quoting different rom-coms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
Mean Girls still
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It'll never stop.
Which we should bring this up. It is Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
It is Wednesday, and she's wearing pink.
I failed.
Don't worry, I did too.
But you did it. At least one of us. One of us knows what day it is.
The Proposal or Just Friends?
Just friends.
We've had mixed results on that one. I think it's about 50.
Because I feel like I just remember that one more. I haven't seen these movies in a long time. I think, again, I tend to watch more horror versus like villain with rom-coms. So some of these I'm like, they're a little bit blurry in my mind.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
When I have you on mine, I'll do a horror one, and we'll just make it the most messed up stuff mixed with the most lighthearted horror ever.
Yeah, that one I might have a little bit more like input. No, that'd be awesome. But these are reminding me. I'm like, yeah, I need to rewatch. Okay, Wedding Crashers. Oh, I watched that movie so much. Me and my friends, like before we, were of age to, should be having seen that movie.
Yeah.
But Crashers.
That's another one that like can be quoted all the time, and I always think of Will Ferrell in that movie, like when he's like yelling about the meatloaf.
It's so good, so good. I need to go rewatch that one too.
With The Wedding Planner or Made in Manhattan.
Ooh, can I choose Monster-in-Law? It's like another J-Lo. Yeah. I do love Monster-in-Law. So I feel like that would be my favorite J-Lo movie. But yeah, we'll say Made in Manhattan. Again, just because I feel like I remember that one more. Yeah. I have a horrible memory.
51st Dates.
This is hard.
I know, this one is a tricky one.
Mm-hmm.
That one's hard. Probably because at 51st Dates, I feel like it's, a little bit emotional to watch. Like it does have that emotional pull, and 13 Going on 30 is just so fun. So let's do 13 Going on 30. Especially because it makes me excited to be 30.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off or 16 Candles?
16 Candles. I love Molly Ringwald.
Me too. Oh my gosh.
Such a classic.
Yes.
So
definitely
good.
Classic.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that'll wrap us up, guys. Cassandra, thank you so much for coming on. We had a ball. You're such a sweetheart. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. This was so fun. Such an honor. So thank you.
Yeah, we're so glad that you got to come on.
Well, and it was fun covering, we covered a lot.
Where can we find you on social media?
So Instagram is my name, Cassandra Pontenza, and that's pretty much like all the socials I use. I lurk on TikTok, but I don't post too much.
And what about you, Kirsten?
You can find me mostly on Instagram as well at Kirst_Hendershot, and then also on our Hallmark page, Heart Full of Hallmark.
You can find me on Instagram, noah.kaser, and the Hallmark page that we share. Thank you so much for coming on. And as always, everybody, like and subscribe for more. Keep your heart full of Hallmark.